Welcome everyone to the Unpopped Review, movie reviews from a movie lover and not a movie critic. I just, as of about 5 minutes ago, finished watching The Last Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Um, you know, when I'm a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. I know a lot of times he gets a bad rap, especially with some of his movies. His acting's not always that great. It's more of, the action in his movies is the main focus. Um, but I've always been kind of a big fan. I grew up with them. Watching the Terminator. All of those up. Just Kindergarten Cop. All of the 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 great Schwarzenegger movies, and because of that, I kind of am a little biased towards him. But anyway, after he finished becoming governor, he basically said he was going to come out and do acting again, and I personally was kind of excited because, like I said, because I like him. I thought he does a pretty good job. So when he was in The Expendables 2, the Sylvester Stallone movie, I thought he did amazing. I liked him so much. The reason why I liked him is because for The Expendables versus The Expendables 2 Expendables 2 was so much better than the first one. And the reason why is because he actually made fun of themselves. Bruce Willis, Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're all making fun of themselves and their catchphrases in the movies and all that kind of stuff. Oh, and also, what's his name? Chuck Norris is in there too. Anyways, this isn't about Expendables 2. So anyways, so in that movie, what I liked about it is they made fun of themselves. And when I saw the trailer for The Last Stand, there's one scene, let me just go and show it to you real quick.
How are you, Sheriff?
Old.
So in that scene, he's basically saying that he is old. He's tired. He doesn't like doing these big stunts anymore. Fighting, and that is just, I think that, like I said, I think that's perfect, and that's what this whole movie plays off of. He's this old retired, oh, not retired, but he wants to just slow down his life, and then all this mayhem happens, and so I thought because they did that, they took a more of a comedic role, they did really good. On that note, because of the comedic stance that they took on the movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger does really good with his few one-liners, his comedic punches. There aren't that many for him, but then they got Luis Guzman. Um, I like Luis Guzman. First of all, I thought he's a great actor. Anger Management was great. Everything that he does, he's pretty good in what he does. And that the fact that they put him in an action movie, I thought was just great. At first I was kind of worried he was going to be this over the top comedic relief. But really, he wasn't. They really toned him down. He's a deputy, and he really just wants to do his job. And of course, he still has his funny moments. He is one half of the comic relief, and so he does do a good job. Now, the other half of comic relief in The Last Stand is Johnny Knoxville. That's right, Jackass, the Ringer. The heart of Jackass, basically, John Knoxville. I did not know he was in this movie. When I first saw him, I was like, wait a minute, that's Johnny Knoxville. And I had to look it up, and sure enough, it was. He's in a very short scene in the beginning, so that's why I had to make sure it really was him. And, he did really well as well. I thought they were going to take these two comedians, Luis Guzman and Johnny Knoxville, and just be over the top with them. Johnny Knoxville was going to be the not the nerd, because not geeky nerd, but kind of like the weirdo, the joker. What's the term? The jester, the court jester of the group. But really, he wasn't. They took a really smart role with what he's basically a gun collector who's acquiring these really neat guns, and so they did a good job with him. Of course, Forrest Whitaker is in it. He does a great job. He's an FBI agent. And overall, I was really, really impressed with the movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I thought, for his first primary role back, there couldn't have been a better role for him. I thought it was great. I honestly, there was one point in the movie where I kind of was like, wait a minute, I looked at it and it didn't quite. Basically, I'll just go and tell you the quick scene. There was a bad guy standing over one of the people, about to shoot him, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger comes in and runs the guy over. But the way the scene was angled was that the guy was standing right on top of the other guy, and so for the car to come and run him over, it just didn't quite make sense. But that was the only part in the movie where I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, what just? I didn't understand. I felt like it could have been done. But like I said, that was one scene. Everything else, was pretty good. Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course, is really old. I don't know exactly how old he is. I mean, I could probably find that real quick. He's in at least his 60s. I can't remember. 47, whatever that is. Oh, he was born in 47. So he is really old. And because of that, they really had to downplay his fighting scenes, his action scenes. I don't know how much of his own stunts he did. It appeared like he did quite a few of them, but because of his age, they really had to play off of the other characters. The other police officers in the town. And I thought that was great. Like Luis Guzman, like I said, Johnny Knoxville. There's some other characters, I don't know the names as far as their. I don't remember the names of the characters, anything, but they weren't that memorable. But anyways, they were good too. Overall, they did really well with taking Arnold Schwarzenegger, the character of Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he always usually is a specific character, and then meshing him in this small town that just all hell breaks loose. Really good job. Like the movie. I do highly recommend it. I think it has like a 60, 63 Rotten Tomato. Good movie. I personally give it 2 thumbs up, an A, whatever scale you want to do. I would probably, out of 10, I'll probably give it an 8, maybe, I might even venture on to the 9. I thought it was a definite go see it, especially if you're an Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. You will not be disappointed. And if you're not an Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, it is still a good movie. There's a lot of blood in it. I kind of wasn't expecting how much blood there was. They really don't pull the punches with some of the kill scenes. So, but it's not gruesome. It's not like horror film levels, but it is definitely up there with action, with some of the action films and stuff. So, good movie. Highly recommend it. The Last Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Luis Guzman, Johnny Knoxville, Forrest Whitaker, and I better look. Jamie Alexander. Oh, one more thing. The worst part of the movie. The worst part of the movie was this guy, Peter Stormare. Now, this is the guy who was in Armageddon. If you remember, the Russian space station. He was the Russian trapped in space. He was the crazy guy. He is from, I believe it's Sweden. I'm pretty sure he's from Sweden. He usually plays a French guy. I've seen him play Russian, of course. Usually those kind of characters. And in this movie, he played a Southern. His accent wasn't great at all, so I can't really say where he was from. My guess is just trying to go for like a Texas, not a deep Texas, maybe like a New Mexico. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Like, he was fine. He was just fine in the movie as an actor, but when it came to his accent, it just completely fell apart. I thought they did the complete wrong direction with him. But that's it. Like I said, there was that one scene that I talked about with the car, and then Peter Stormare. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But the Russian guy from the Russian space station. Those were the only 2 down parts of the movie. Everything else was great, and it was really just, like I said, just his accent. That was the only thing. Everything else was great, though. Highly recommend it. Go see it. Once again, this has been the Unpopped Review, movie reviews from a movie lover and not a movie critic. Have a great day.
How are you, Sheriff?
Old.